What's up, everybody? I'm Chris, and this is Geared Up. This is our weekly live broadcast here at Profoto, where we talk about lighting, we talk about techniques, tips, how-tos, we break stuff down, gear. We just have a good time talking about lighting, getting better at photography, hopefully giving you the information that you need to enhance your lighting abilities. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 really easy one light setups you can use for your portraiture. I know sometimes people are always looking for another idea of something to do, and we're going to talk about how these techniques can be done and how, like the light positioning and stuff like that is going to affect how they work and stuff like that, and generally have a good time. It's going to be relatively light, so pun intended, I guess.
Bring in your questions.
So ask me questions.
We're happy to answer whatever you have.
Everything that we're doing today is going to be based off of soft light modifiers. So we're the only 2 modifiers we're really going to be using today are the 3-foot OCF Octa and the 1x4 OCF strip box. I have some V-flats we're going to use for one of the images, but you don't have to use V-flats. You could literally take a collapsible reflector or a piece of poster board, piece of white poster board for really inexpensive, and do the exact same thing. We're just using it for a little bit of reflective fill, but still only using one light. So with that being said, there's no real reason to drag it on. We're just gonna jump into the first one. Let's start setting them up. So the first setup is something that I've been enjoying shooting a lot lately, so I figured I'd share it with you. And it's granted, I'm using the 3-foot Octa because I kind of wanted to use B10 stuff today, just to keep it simple, less cables and whatnot. I saw that. Less cables and stuff and whatnot. And so, but I've been using an Octa in kind of like this overhead, almost a butterfly light position, but shooting some more like 3/4 length full body stuff with it. I really like the way the light. I really like the light that it gives.
Someone said they use a pizza box for reflecting.
Hey, pizza.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, pizza box for reflecting is fine.
Not, right?
I mean, just make sure that it's. I mean, you probably don't want it to be tan. Like the pizza joint that we have down the street has a brown box. If you get a white pizza box, that's fine.
Yeah, white pizza box.
But if in the world of reflecting,
and it comes with a pizza.
And it comes with pizza. Well, I mean, I think you paid for the pizza. But cool. So let's get this set up. But this has been something that I've been really enjoying shooting. The way that I set it up, and I'm probably going to adjust it here in a second, but I've been getting this down low and pointed downwards just a little bit. Nothing crazy, not like 45 degrees or anything like that. Although, come to think of it, I actually do want to aim it down just a hair more. Maybe like that, not quite 45. But what I've been doing is getting this just out of the top line of my camera's vision. So backing it up a little bit from the background, that way the light that hits the background is a little more even. And then having my subject kind of like halfway between both. I don't really measure it, kind of eyeball it. Just once the background starts kind of looking the way that I want it to, the light generally is right on the money. So again, this is just an Octabox. We're using the OCF 3-foot, a B10X plus on there. Don't need the plus. You can use the B10. We're inside. I've got plenty of juice for it. That's just what I threw up there. But real easy. And then with that, there's nothing else with that one. So you ready to jump in there, Kate?
Okay.
Cool. I'm just going to make sure this is right out of my sight line. Also make sure that I'm not standing in front of the camera.
Oh, I had a hat.
You did have a hat. So let's, I'm also going to lower this down a touch to see if it's kind of right where I want it.
Where are we starting with?
We're the swing swinging your
swing photo.
Yeah, the swing photo. Cool. I'm gonna take a quick little tester. Some things moved a little bit whenever we were doing all the prep for this stuff, so I'm gonna take a quick little tester. Just stand there for just a second. A split second, Kate. I just want to see. Take a shift. Go that way real fast. I just want to make sure that our light's good. Yeah. Oh, I think I turned my remote off. One more time. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh no, my actual flash is off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys have questions, please pop them in. We'll answer them as they
My flash had turned off. I need to change that setting. All right, let's do this one more time. Just want to double check my light. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I didn't know you were doing it.
No, it was just a light. It was just a light check. All right, so shift over to your left just another hair. There we go. So ready? 3, 2, 1. Actually, come to your right just a little bit. You earlier you were swinging a little bit more, and this now you're not swinging as much.
I'll probably start swinging again. I don't know.
3,
Gotta get back into it.
2, 1. There we go. Right on the money.
Can you turn on the?
Oh, perfect. Screensaver.
It's a really pretty screensaver, but.
Yeah, it's super fun. So again, it's a really, really nice light. It's even top to bottom. Honestly, jump back in there. I wanna bump the power just a skosh. I think I backed the light up a little bit. Cool. Let's take it up about a half stop.
Sorry, I was trying to read a question.
It's fine. We can read questions later. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. That looks a little bit more like what I want. So wait for that to populate. Where's that the one? That is the one.
What is it?
Yep, that's it. So a little bit, yeah, it came out way faster. That's good. Do you want to go look at that question while I talk about this? So the nice thing about this light setup, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Again, the nice thing about this light setup is it's like dead center of the camera and kind of the positioning of the subject. It's a really flattering light source. It's technically it's like a butterfly style light. Which means the light's coming down from above. It makes like a nice little butterfly. If you were looking straight on at the camera, it would make a little butterfly shadow up underneath the nose. But it's a really, really simple light setup that's really effective and really beautiful. And then doing it with a softbox just makes it softer, makes it wrap some more. And it's again really nice. You can see on the background looks pretty good. It's a little gray down toward the bottom right corner because there is some shadowing happening from Kate's body being between the light and the background. You could fix that by bringing her closer to the light, and then that would help that get a little bit more even.
Taylor says, interesting how you adjusted angle with the knob on the overhead rather than with on the B10X. Why do you do it that way? So
just a second ago, you saw me adjust the angle of my light by undoing this and turning this here. It's just a quick way for me to adjust the.
See that? I'm sorry.
So well, I mean, they can kind of see me in the corner over there. Oh yeah, that works. That's fine. So I just have this right here, and I grab it and I can adjust it like this. The reason I can do that is because I'm using a boom arm, which has a couple of different places where you can adjust the boom arm. But two, because sometimes once you have the light angled, like you can see it here, it's angled out. You have to tighten up the thumb screw pretty tight to make sure it doesn't creep down. And in order to keep tightening and loosening and tightening and loosening it, you could literally just adjust it with the boom arm itself. It's not gonna hurt anything. So that's just the way I like to do it. If you didn't know you could do that, there's a hack for you.
Sweet.
But again, this is a butterfly style light. It's a really flattering light setup. I recommend using it for a lot of stuff: beauty stuff, portraitures, headshots, all kinds of stuff.
Was one of the main lights we did in school.
What was that?
Carrie says that butterfly light was one of the main lights that they did in school.
It's a beautiful light setup, and you can use it. You can use it up close. You can use it at a distance. Kate was standing here, so you're probably 4 feet away from it, maybe 4.5 feet away from the actual softbox. So, and then the cooler thing is you can go with a bigger softbox. You can back it up some more. And use that butterfly style light, but have that light kind of drape all the way down your subject. So again, a real easy light setup that's really effective, really, really beautiful. I love it. It's something I've been using a lot lately. So cool. That's the first one. Real easy stuff. The next one is we're going to make it a touch more dramatic. And we're going to do it a couple of different ways. So let's bring in we're going to bring in a strip box. So this 1x4 right here. And we're going to do two things to make the background go darker and to make it have a little more drama to it, a little more contrast. Generally, when someone goes, oh, I want a more dramatic photo, what they're asking for is more contrast. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. And again, we're going to do it two ways. The first way is we're not going to allow the light to really point towards the background, right? So we're going to start to feather it away a little bit. The second way we're going to do it is we're going to get really close to Kate. So in the photography world, the inverse square law, the simplified version, without getting into the math portion of it, is the closer your light is to the subject, the faster it falls off. So if the light's right here, it's going to be darker over here a lot faster than it would be if the light was further back. The photons have more time to spread out this way. So we're going to keep that light in really, really close, just out of frame, and it should darken up quite nicely. So you ready to rock and roll?
Ready for me?
Yeah. And so we're using a 1x4 strip. I generally, with strip boxes, I like to, at least at minimum, keep the light, the mid portion of the strip box. Oh, we're over here now. I like to keep the mid portion of the strip box at minimum at like nose height, just because of the way that a strip box generally works. The light starts to taper at the ends. And if you bring that, if you're using the strip box as a main light, so if you're talking about using it as like a side light for like a rim light or something like that, or a hair light, not that big of a deal. But as a main light, if you have the strip box too low, what can happen is it can start to look like it's being uplit. It can start to kind of look like a horror image, and we don't want that. It's not really the thing we're going for. So, but the beauty of a strip box is you can get some nice coverage, and really throw light in a long structured manner. So what we did is we boomed it up, and I've tilted it down 45 degrees. I guess it looks like about 45 degrees. It's as far as it'll let me. It'll let me tilt it down on the stand the way that it is right now. So,
cool.
Perfect. So that's how we're gonna do that.
Do you want my body towards the light?
Yeah. Well, your body towards the light. More so your nose towards the light.
Okay.
So you could position your body however you want.
Excuse me.
So we're gonna come in a little bit here.
It is so dry in the studio today.
It is. It's good to be dry in the studio though. There's a lot of equipment here. It's better than having moisture inside your flash heads. And then again, I'm going to feather the light away a little bit because I want less of it on the background. I just have to make sure that it's not creeping into my. It's just ever so slightly in this shot. I can live with that. That's an easy cut out. And then I need to change my channels because I have all my lights on different channels. Trying to be a smart guy. Here we go. So 3, 2, 1. So there you go. So a real simple, really dramatic image. It's granted, it's not as contrasty on my computer as it is on as what you see. It's just something about the conversion through like HDMI and all that stuff like that makes it really, really contrasty. But again, because we're able to keep the light off the background, because we feathered it away, and then because the light is also really, really close to Kate, it's illuminating her perfectly and then falling off really, really quick. So we get this nice dark background. The left side of Kate is starting to fall off really, really quickly. So there's a lot of dimension. There's a lot of shape to the light. And then because we're using a strip box, we're able to keep that light real narrow down the center. And so it's soft this direction, and it's a harder light this direction, which is kind of cool. One of the fun things about strip boxes. But these are really, really cool lights to use as modifiers to use as portraits. They get utilized a lot for rim lights and hair lights and stuff like that, which they do a really good job at. The rim light makes the most sense in the entire world because you're trying to get this nice highlight down someone's body. But they're really, really cool to actually use as your main light. I think again they get overlooked because most people see them used in this other way. So, but again, really, really simple. And then, like we were saying, if we took the same light, you mind popping it in position?
Yeah, of course.
If we took the same light and maybe I turned it to where it was going more towards the background, still coming from the same direction, just to see how it starts to change the image. Let's go here. 3, 2, 1. So you can see it because we've started pointing it more towards the background. some more of that light is starting to creep towards the scene. And then this is just me showing you. I'll pull them up, yeah. But now I'm gonna back the light up some too, so you can see what happens. Why having that light so close to Kate makes a big difference. So let's double the distance. That's about double, right?
Yeah.
So which means I should need about stoppages. I'm also gonna boom it, or go up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So let's power up a little bit. I'm gonna go up a stop and a half because I feel like that's probably what I need. Here we go. So 3, 2, 1. So still really directional. It actually looks quite nice. I could probably give it a little bit more light output. That light looks really, really nice, but you can start to see that because that light's backing up now, it's starting to even out the difference between Kate and the background. So, and if she was even closer to the background, where she was more, where she was exposed properly, but closer to the background, it's going to become real, real even. You're going to start to lose a lot of that thing that makes the proximity change the light in a way that you get all that drama. So, but that's just showing you could easily take your light and do a lot of different stuff with it. So cool. That is more of a dramatic shot. And then now this next shot is kind of cool. It's something that I've had baking in my mind. And so we're going to have some fun with it right now. So we're going to be using another octa, another 3-foot octa. You can use a bigger one if you wanted to. I'm just using the OCF stuff today. Just keeping it simple, showing you that this stuff doesn't have to be terribly.
Brad says, I like the little bit hit of light on the background. Very little, but just enough to pull her out of the blackness.
Yeah. So and that's the cool thing is that was a simple pivot of the flash head towards the background. So you can, once you kind of, as long as you understand what it is that you're doing, and that's why I was explaining, having that light close to the subject and then the light's going to fall off faster, and then feathering it away. Once you kind of understand how those things are working, those little subtle changes are real easy to add things and out of. So what Brad was essentially saying was he really likes the second shot where we took the feather away and we aimed it a little bit more at Kate and a little more at the background, and that gave a little more light to the background, and he liked that separation. So
don't worry, we'll pull all these
we'll do all three side by side. And so this next shot, I'm going to try to make sure that you can see what's going on because I'm using V flats. So let's see.
You want to open this?
So the flap will go like this, yeah, and that way I can control the edge. Oh, apparently this V flat's not wanting to open right now. There we go.
How many fans does it take to unfold a V?
Yeah, so let's go like this. Yep, hold on. Wait. So I need it like,
great.
I need it like,
we're doing a good job, guys.
Teamwork makes the dream work. So I need it like that. That way I can control the edge. And so the cool thing about having it like this is I can control the edge of the V flat. Apparently I'm calling it there. I can control the edge of the V flat to add in as much or as little fill as I want. And so the idea behind this shot is we're going to backlight Kate. See how much of that you can see. I'm going to stay out of the way. So we're going to use the 3-foot octa in the background to backlight Kate. And then so she doesn't go totally dark. It's not, because I don't want a true silhouette of an image. So it's not a true silhouette. We're going to use the V flats to take that forward, or that light that's shooting forward, and bounce it back into her face. So we will be doing that. Right now I need to double check too. Just stay where you are, but I got to make sure that we're in. And this is a much tighter portrait. So let's make sure we're on the right channels. I tried to be a sprightly lad and put all my lights on different channels so I didn't have to lose any of my power settings. Different channels, different groups. Let's just make sure we're good here. Good thing I checked it because we were off. Perfect. Cool. So the first shot, I'm actually going to peel away the V flats because I want you to see why I'm adding them in. Let's take these away. Okay. All these shots are using the same settings: f8, ISO 100, 120, 125th of a second shutter speed. Camera, just I know people like to know it's a GFX 100S. Let's see. Just want to make sure I have this positioned correctly. So here we go. Let's just try this really fast. See what we're looking like. So 3, 2, 1. It might have been tighter than we originally took the photo.
It's tighter.
But I think I'm also trying to decide. Get back into position really fast. I just want to make sure that I think what the issue is that the box behind us is a little off because I moved it. Just stay where you are. Cool.
I know this is really fun to watch.
Yeah, super fun. Then again, I wanted to show you you could do all this stuff with smaller soft boxes that you don't have to use bigger soft boxes. That's why I stayed with the 1x4s and the 3-foot Octa. I could have easily gone with a 4 or 5-foot Octa, and this wouldn't have been a problem. But just showing you that you don't have to have every single modifier in the world to make cool images with what you got. So it just sometimes takes positioning your light properly. So let's get that there. 3, 2, 1. So it looks nice. It's a silhouette shot. It's definitely for you. It's gonna be way more contrasty than this for me. And I can still see some of her face here, some of that
for them,
tone.
I don't know that they can see anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just high contrast.
Yeah, like I said, for them it's going to be contrasting. Cool. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the V flat and we're going to blend it back into position. Or I'm gonna fold it back into position, and it's going to start to bring some of that light forward. Could you actually take a step backwards?
No.
I think and then shift this way a little bit. I think that might have been what was going on. Maybe come a hair forward. A little bit more. Right there. I think that
seems right. I think I was on this line.
Okay.
Do you want to bring this?
Yes, I am. Cool. So, and then I'm just going to look at my camera screen and try to bring this in. I know this at this point, this is going to cut this off for you. It might not actually. Looking at the. Oh, I see that in my shot. So there we go. So now we're going to be reflecting back to us. 3, 2, 1. And there. So again, for you, it's a lot more contrasty than it is for me. But we were able to use the V-flats to bring some of that forward light back into Kate's face. Can I have you hop back in there one more time?
Yeah.
I think I want you to kind of...
More of a profile face?
maybe a little bit more. Don't go totally profile on the face, because what we're looking for is a little bit of a highlight on the cheek. There we go. And then take like the smallest shimmy ever to the. There you go. Perfect. 3, 2, 1. A little bit more nose off to the side. There we go. Right there. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. And the highlight's starting to show up a little bit. But again, a really, really simple way to make a really cool image. Again, we're just using a 3-foot Octa to backlight Kate. And then we're using that light that's coming from behind, hitting some sort of a reflective material. In this instance, we're using V-flats. You could, again, use a poster board. You could use a collapsible reflector. You could use a pizza box. Whatever it is that makes you happy, just make sure you eat the pizza first. I probably wouldn't. Eat the pizza first. So, but again, really, really simple techniques for, some dynamic images. They're with one light. You don't have to do.
You should pop the images into
yes.
The share the light, so that they can see the not so contrasty version of it, because it is so stunning.
Ooh, we're be flat.
All right, let me check to see if you guys have any questions.
So cool. Let's get this out here.
Velcro problems. Yep.
Yeah, the Velcro's fighting. The Velcro's fighting hard today.
Oh, man.
And I also think that I'm pretty sure so the V-flats are collapsibles, obviously. You see me folding them like crazy, and they hold together with Velcro. But I think I'm folding them in the wrong direction. I think they're probably supposed to go with the black side out, but what are you going to do?
Yes.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So again, with the first image, there's really not a lot to compare. It's, I'm waiting for Kay to pull it up, actually. She's being very pokey.
I do what I want.
Cool.
It's there.
I didn't know if you, okay.
Yeah.
So the with this, there's not really a lot to compare. Again, it's just supposed to be a really beautiful, even light coming from, you know, straight on and above. So it has some nice dimension. It gives some shape to the face. There is, because the light isn't coming at you flat, it's coming from above and down. There is some shadowing created, which is going to give you some more texture. Again, really, really easy, really beautiful light setup. Now, let's bring up these three. Boop, boop, and boop. So we took the strip box to make something a little bit more dramatic. Again, the cool thing about the strip box is we're able to, depending on the position of the strip box, you have this elongated light in one direction and kind of a truncated shorter light in the other direction. And we use that to draw a line of light down, Kate. So coming at it from the 45-degree angle, but keeping it relatively close, we're able to keep a lot of light off the background, keep something a little more dramatic. But then by simply taking the feather away and aiming this directly at Kate, we're able to introduce a little bit more light into the background. So if this is more of the speed that you're looking for, a simple position shift, a pivot of the light, not even really changing the direction that it's coming from as far as like where the light stand is or the modifier positioning, you're just pivoting the light more towards the background. We're able to get a little bit more on the background. And then look, like what I was talking about earlier, where when the light is closer to your subject, it's going to fall off faster. With this image, we started to actually back the light up just so you could see what I was talking about, how as the light starts to back up, you're going to start to gain way more light on the background. The difference between the background light and the subject light is going to even out quite a bit. Contrast is going to drop and all that kind of stuff. And again, these are all things you can do with one light. So if you want something more dramatic, bring it in close. If you want to even it out, back it up some. The world's your oyster. So very cool stuff. And then let's go with both of these. So these again are being backlit by the 3-foot octa. I wanted that nice white light. You generally don't, you want to make sure you don't push it too hard. You don't want it to start to flare. It can get a little mucky if you push the white background too hard, especially, and the same thing can happen too whenever you're actually photographing light into a white background, like a high key setup. If you push the light too hard, it'll start to flare and you'll lose a lot of contrast. You'll start getting phone calls and all kinds of other stuff that you don't want to happen. So, but by keeping the exposure proper, we were able to get this nice backlight. It's not really flaring. We're not losing any edge detail on Kate on her shoulder here on the hat, but it's too dark on the face. The image that I'm going for is not a silhouette, and this is pretty close to a silhouette. I mean, there is still some information here in the face. I know that you can't necessarily see it as much as I can, but there is some information there. But by taking the V-flats that were in position, just opened up a little bit so the light wasn't really reflecting off of them, and bringing them in closer, we were able to add this really soft, subtle fill to the image to just kind of make it feel like this real gentle, like maybe you're standing in front of a window. Maybe these are some window shears right here. And there's just this like real gentle fill coming back in, a real soft image, really, really nice. I honestly, I personally love it. And yeah, I think it's a really, really cool image, something that you can do again with one light and as simple as a poster board. The pizza box is a cool idea. Just, I mean, you know, maybe if someone's vegetarian and you went meat lovers the night before, it might not be the best like move. It might not be the best.
Why are you hating on the pizza box, Chris?
I'm not hating on the pizza box. I'm just trying to make sure that if the pizza box is the route that we go with the reflector, that it's a white pizza box because you don't want to reflect back any weird colors, and that maybe like you just Maybe, or maybe you do, but maybe you want to check with your subject to make sure that your pizza tastes jive. Is all I'm saying. Like, what if you just rocked a whole anchovy pizza, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, or like you went extra garlic. It could be rough. So and also we shot this image relatively close, so it might be a breath issue. Yeah. Any other questions or anything?
No, I think that's good.
Cool. Again, this was real simple light setups. Nothing too crazy. We'll get into some deeper things too. We'll start building some more complex light setups as time goes on, just to talk about things that we can do from that perspective. But again, we did a simple, straight on butterfly style light with a big 3-foot octa coming down from above, not quite 45 degrees, but definitely pointing downwards. And we were able to get some nice dimension, but a whole lot of beautiful light coming forward. Then we took the 1x4 strip box again. We went and made a nice dramatic light that highlighted Kate up and down while letting the light fall off and get darker, adding a lot more contrast, a little more dramatic. And then here we took a single light.
Can we show them? I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't have to. I mean, I was just pointing my. So the final image,
okay.
yeah, the final image here. We actually took just that light, that 3-foot octa again, put it behind, use it as a
no pineapple.
No pineapple on pizza. Are you serious? You're not a Hawaiian pizza fan, James? How dare you? But I'm with you 100% on the no pineapple on the pizza. So, but with the last image, what we did is we took that 3-foot octa and used it as a backlight, but without trying to make it a silhouette. We used some V-flats or a reflective material to bring that light back in to place. Someone suggested a pizza box earlier. If you're just tuning in, that is why we're harping so much on the pizza box. But again, really easy. You don't have to overthink this stuff. I mean, I think the biggest hindrance for what maybe stops people from doing some of the lighting things is you hear people go, you want to put it at 45 degrees and you want to angle it at 45 degrees and you want to do all this stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Like, you can do all that stuff, but have fun with it. Like, move things around. Think about stuff in your brain. Like, it's literally, these are my favorite light stands in the entire world. I'm going to pump them up because they're my favorites. They're by Avenger. They're just so, because people are going to ask.
Do you want the side shot here?
I don't care. I genuinely, they're by Avenger. I can't remember. They are the.
Would you guys like to watch Chris bending over?
Yes. Would you like to see my backside? Anyway, I don't see the name on them. These are my favorite stands in the entire world. They're by Avenger. They roll. The reason that I love them so much, maybe you should get yourself one roller. You don't have to go crazy. I have way too many. I have too many rollers.
In this space, we have too many rollers.
Too many rollers. But get a roller. And the cool thing, especially about things like B10s or B1s, like these wireless lights, is, man, you could just easily put the light wherever the heck you want it. And you just have this ability to constantly move. I mean, heck, even my boomed light that everybody was talking about me moving the thing, that's on a roller. So
Avengers have a version that will work on carpet.
They probably do. I don't know. These are just the ones I've always had. And there's a lot of stands. There's a lot of stand companies out there who make really good stuff. There's some good Kupo stuff. Matthews has some phenomenal stuff. But get yourself a roller. One roller. You don't have to go too crazy.
The pizza commentary is great.
As the pizza's going nuts. That's awesome. Hopefully it's ultra toxic. I really want people like
Yeah, they said the spicier the better, really.
Spicy on the pizza?
Yeah,
I agree with.
I agree with spicy shots, then you better go
yes.
Spicy pizza.
Spicy I agree with 100%. Hit it with some sopressata, let's go.
Yeah.
But get a roller stand because it's easy to move the light around and just have fun with it. Play with it. Mess the shots up. Take more crappy shots than you do great shots. Learn what makes the light so good. Put one modifier on and just shoot with one modifier for like 2 weeks, right?
It's a digital camera. You can erase.
Yeah, you can erase all the bad ones. Believe me, I erase a lot of images. But just put one, this is something my friend Cliff taught me, put one modifier on there and just move it, play with it, get things wrong, get things right, figure out what makes that modifier unique and just have fun with it. And a roller stand's been like one of the best things for me. So get yourself a roller stand. Not sponsored by anyone who's. Someone
also says that
Kupo has a good roller stand.
Really great
Kupo's got great roller stands. Matthews has great roller stands. So I have Kupo stands. I just started with Avengers. So with that being said, I hope you saw these lighting techniques and you thought they were really cool and you're going to go and play with them and have fun. if you do it, like upload some of the images to share the light, let us see them, so we can feature that stuff on like the gram, on Profoto's Instagram page and stuff like that. Again, just have a lot of fun with it. If you have any questions about any of the stuff that we did today, feel free to reach out to Profoto. You can reach out to me. You can DM me, and we'll chat about whatever you want to chat about. I help lots of people with stuff and whatnot. And
I put your handle in there too.
she put my handle in there too, so you've been handled.
Yeah.
And yeah, so with that being said, I hope you have an awesome rest of your week, and we'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody.